Aaron Boone shared the true situation behind a recent signing by the New York Yankees, which brought back a former pitcher who had a career marked by ups and downs. Let's take a closer look at this topic and uncover the real motivation behind the Yankees' decision to reintegrate Adavino. It's great to have everyone here, and, as usual, let's get straight to the point. For those who haven't joined us yet, feel free to consider subscribing as we're having a lot of fun and aiming for a significant milestone of 6,000 subscribers. We sincerely appreciate all of you. It means a lot to us. Yesterday, I was traveling for most of the day and wasn't sure about the numbers, but I managed to check them. We truly appreciate your support and are dedicated to providing the best content about the Yankees. You won't want to miss anything, so think about subscribing. Now, with that said, let's get into the details as there's much still to discuss. Aaron Boone explained the Yankees' choice to bring Adavino back, a player who faced challenges during his previous time with the team. To be honest, many Yankees fans have shown caution towards him due to the difficulties he experienced in the playoffs. Currently, the fan base seems quite excited about this move, with the decision to reintegrate Adavino as an immediate reinforcement in the bullpen. The discussion has been intense, involving both Adavino and Boone. Starting with Adavino's comments, he mentioned that it was exciting to return, expressing his love for the team and his affection for its members. Boone also commented, stating that he believes Adavino can still contribute significantly, as he has proven his effectiveness throughout his career. When he was initially signed, the idea was for him to be a right-handed specialist in high-pressure situations, and he definitely performed well in that role. Additionally, he is accustomed to the demands of this competitive environment, having spent 2 seasons with the Yankees and understanding what it takes to play for the team. Recently, he was signed to a major league contract and added to the active roster due to a teammate's paternity leave, for which he received congratulations on the arrival of a child. Now, he is part of the team, but will remain with the Yankees considering his contract. This doesn't mean he couldn't spend some time in the minors, and it's quite likely he'll play a stretch in AAA, but the majority of his time will be with the Yankees. With the team, he has a record of 8 wins and 8 losses, a 2.74 earned run average ERA, 114 strikeouts, and 2 saves in 98 appearances. However, those numbers don't tell the whole story. In one season, he was exceptional, appearing in 73 games and becoming the most active reliever on the team, with a record of 6 wins and 5 losses and an ERA of 1.81, which was truly remarkable. It was during this time that he earned his 2 saves and served as a setup man. In another season, the number of games was drastically reduced due to unusual circumstances, with 60 scheduled games, of which he appeared in 24. That year, his performance wasn't as positive, finishing with 2 wins and 3 losses and an ERA of 5.89. This represents a significant setback, and the numbers could have been different if not for these circumstances, but the ERA still raises concerns. Therefore, Adavino is not the same player as before, and considering that several years have passed, many Yankees fans question the reason behind signing someone who had a solid performance in a distant past. Since then, he continued his career in New York, mostly with another local team, but also spent 1 year playing for another franchise between 2020 and 2021. He spent most of his career with the Mets, but had 1 year in 2022 and the previous year with the Red Sox. However, he enjoyed 3 seasons with the New York Mets, where his performance showed fluctuations. In 2022, he stood out with a solid campaign, posting a 2.06 ERA and 6 wins against 3 losses, showing good performance in 66 appearances and 79 strikeouts, making it one of his best MLB seasons. The following year, his performance declined, with only 1 win and 7 losses. However, as a relief pitcher, this stat isn't as critical. His ERA was 3.21, which, although not exceptional, is within an acceptable range for a reliever, totaling 62 strikeouts. The drop in strikeouts is concerning, and despite pitching a similar number of innings, he couldn't maintain the same level of confidence. Looking at his performance in 2024, it's clear that he had a rough previous season with a 4.34 ERA. While he recorded 70 strikeouts, which is a positive aspect, the performance fell short of his earlier years. Now, he's trying to find his footing again with the Yankees, and he had a solid recent outing, not allowing any runs and showing a strong performance, if we're honest. However, the season is long, and it will be interesting to see how much more he can offer with the New York Yankees. He mentioned that he felt a bit down and not very impressive at first, but he believed he gave a good performance last week, which gave him the confidence to move forward. He felt like a major league pitcher again and wanted to find the right opportunity, not wanting to be a secondary option on a AAA team. This is a reasonable perspective, especially considering he's in his late 30s and still pitches for the love of the game. The Yankees called him up after one of their players was placed on the paternity list, giving him the chance to prove he still has the necessary level for the MLB and that he can contribute to the team. This isn't exactly a plan B for the Yankees, but they reached out to him after a player was put on the paternity list. This gives him a chance to show that he is still an MLB-level pitcher, while the Yankees look for someone they can trust. The manager, who has known him since 2019, was one of the reasons influencing the decision to bring him back, as he was familiar with his performance. Since then, he spent most of his time in New York, with the only period spent elsewhere being the season in Boston. Since then, he has played primarily for these New York teams, either the Yankees or the Mets, and now he's back with the Yankees. I'm curious to see how this situation develops. The Yankees will certainly benefit from adding more relief options, as recently 2 players compromised the team's victory due to underperformance. One of them has a more understandable situation, having done a lot for the team, and as long as he adjusts this season, I don't think it will matter much. Additionally, we've seen another player who has struggled since joining the Yankees and could be expendable if his performance continues to be unsatisfactory. He is likely trying to take the place of this other player. The Yankees bullpen has many interesting names, with several players being considered key, and this needs to be considered as there are limited spots in the bullpen and the best path forward must be decided. The Yankees are no strangers to using bullpen strategies, and it's likely they will continue in this direction. We've seen another player leave the bullpen on one occasion, so perhaps they won't use him as a traditional starter, but rather as a versatile athlete who could start bullpen games, which would be the more sensible approach. This is where we find ourselves now, creating an interesting narrative about how things are unfolding, and the manager seems quite pleased with the possibility of moving forward with him in an important role. Many fans, however, are not as enthusiastic about this idea, as he didn't really stand out the last time he was on the field. The current situation reveals an intriguing narrative, with things unfolding in an unexpected way. There's a certain satisfaction about the idea of employing a player in a relevant role. However, many fans are not fully convinced by this plan, as the player's previous performance was below expectations. Given the current circumstances, it will be captivating to observe how he performs representing the team. On the other hand, there's an expectation that another player will be sidelined for a while due to a leave that usually lasts about a week. It will be important to track the duration of this absence while he enjoys moments with his family. Eventually, his return could add complexity to the team's situation. Management may need to reconsider their evaluation of players if this change comes to fruition. Additionally, other alternatives will need to be explored, especially because one of the athletes has been facing significant challenges recently. The team will have to address various issues concerning its pitching staff, which is expected to perform exceptionally. This group of pitchers includes one of the best closers in baseball, along with several talented athletes, many of whom have been underperforming. How this situation is handled will certainly spark great curiosity. What are your thoughts on the best formation for the pitching staff? Leave your opinions in the comments. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. The buzz around Trevor Bauer's potential move to the New York Yankees is intensifying, leaving baseball fans on the edge of their seats. The latest rumors hint at the possibility of a high-profile return to Major League Baseball for the 2020 Cy Young Award winner, who's had a turbulent journey in recent years. With Bauer currently in the midst of a successful stint in the Mexican League, his name is once again making waves, especially with the Yankees reportedly eyeing him as a potential key addition to their pitching staff. Bauer, whose career has been marked by dramatic highs and lows, has proven his resilience. From winning the Cy Young Award in 2020 to battling legal and personal controversies, his path has been anything but ordinary. After his suspension and subsequent release by the Los Angeles Dodgers, Bauer found a fresh start in the Nippon Professional Baseball, NPB, with the Yokohama DeNA BayStars. Now, with a standout season in the Mexican League under his belt, his return to MLB could be closer than ever. But why the Yankees? The connection between Bauer and the Yankees has sparked intense speculation. The team's need for a dominant pitcher has never been more urgent. And with Bauer's impressive performance in Mexico, including his dominant 2024 season, New York might be seeing him as the game changer they need to bolster their rotation. The Yankees front office, known for making bold moves, might be willing to overlook Bauer's past controversies if they believe he can deliver the quality on the mound that their lineup has lacked in recent seasons. The real question on everyone's mind is, can Bauer put his past behind him and return to form in the majors? His time in the Mexican League proved his resilience as he battled through serious health issues, including Guillain-Barré syndrome, and still managed to lead the Diablos Rojos to a championship. That determination to push through adversity could make him a perfect fit for a team like the Yankees, who are known for their culture of overcoming challenges and always striving for excellence. As the Yankees weigh their options and decide whether to bring Bauer back to MLB, fans are left eagerly awaiting the next move. Will this become one of the most intriguing comebacks in baseball history? Or will Bauer's past prove too difficult to overcome for the New York Yankees? The answers may soon be revealed, but for now, the mystery continues to captivate the baseball world. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.